Good morning, folks. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's been a while since I've done my last Soccerverse video, so this will be episode 6 on the road to glory with the mighty Taunton Town. Now, since I last produced a video, lots and lots of things have happened on Soccerverse by the Soccerverse team, which I will go into. Also, the season is coming to an end this Wednesday. It's the final game of all the leagues. So I want to discuss my strategies going forward, and that will hopefully help me to achieve my ultimate goal, which is to get Taunton Town into the English Premier League. Whether that is achievable, realistic, who knows? I'm going to give it my best shot. But I'm going to start with this video in terms of the changes that I think have the biggest impact on everyone who's playing Soccerverse. Now, I don't know the exact timings. I think it was about 6 weeks, 2 months ago. Soccerverse introduced cash injection, and that basically means whoever you're managing, and I believe you've got to have some influence in the club. As long as you have that, then you can actually make a cash injection into the club, which will obviously help the club in terms of player transfers, etc. Now, how this works, SVC is the currency on Soccerverse. So, just show you my weekly or monthly SVC projections on what I will earn. So, for the next 30 days, I'm projected to earn 2,000 SVC. I'm not sure how correct that will be because obviously the season is coming to an end. However, if that was correct and I had 2,000 SVC, this cash injection would allow me to invest my SVC into Taunton Town, and it's 1,000x of the SVC. So 2,000 SVC would be me putting 2 million SVC pounds into Taunton Town. Now, for me personally, this is a massive change. I believe this is going to help me achieve my goals a lot quicker, which is to just climb the ladder and get through the leagues as quick as I can, because Soccerverse seasons last 6 months. I don't want to be here 5 years' time and still being in Division 8 in English, in the English tier with Taunton Town. I failed if that happens, so that's not what I'm obviously aiming to achieve. I want to get as high as possible. So I'm going to treat Taunton Town on Soccerverse pretty much like Wrexham in real life. And I've got no shame in saying it. I'm going to try and buy my way out of these leagues or quickly as possible. So if I'm roughly getting 2,000 SVC per month, that's £2 million a month. That will enable me, in my opinion, to buy better players for the league that I'm playing in currently. So that will obviously give me an advantage of trying to gain promotion, etc. So for me, that change is the most significant change the Soccerverse have introduced since I've been on the platform. Soccerverse have now included extra transfers. Prior to this change, you could only make 5 transfers in and out of the club. They've extended that to 7, so you can bring 7 players in and get rid of 7 players basically, and that is per season. Now, just to quickly show you, if people have followed, you will know Taunton were a very dominant side in terms of the players they had at the club, hence I chose to take over Taunton. And as you can see, I've won the league comfortably and likely, and I should have, because like I said, the team was far superior. So I've done nothing outstanding or anything like that. It was to be expected. So Taunton Town on Soccerverse next season will be playing in English League Division 9. Now, the other big change Soccerverse have announced, and it's the player ratings for next season have been provisionally released. So for anyone who doesn't know, the player ratings on Soccerverse are based on how these players are performing in real life. So Soccerverse, like I said, have released a player database. Every player on the game is on this database. There's current season rating and their projected rating for next season. So it's imperative for any manager on the game to go through the list of their squad and players and go through each one of them, because more than likely the current season rating will not be the same. I can give you examples on a few of mine. I've had decreases by 10, which means that player is not going to be a first team regular for me anymore. And I've had a few others where they've increased by quite a bit, so now they come into contention to be a starter. Now, the season starts on the 12th of July, the new season. Like I said, to plan ahead, you need to go through all your list of players, see the changes, and then try and strengthen in areas where players have been reduced in player rating. Now, it's not a perfect system. Some of the ratings are absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion, but you just have to play with what's in front of you, basically. So, going back to my squad, I'm going to sort in this current season's rating. And as you can see, for the league, I play in English Division 10 currently. The player ratings are ridiculous, they're overpowered. So, hence, that's why I've won the league comfortably. I'm assuming that these ratings are going to be good enough to put me in contention for at least promotion next season. So my current strategy is to obviously strengthen in areas that where my player ratings have decreased, and one example of that is my left back, um, Zilong Han. He's currently rated 63. He's going to be down to 59. So my aim is to try and get a better rated left back in. I've also already signed a player, and like I said, I know I'm overspending in terms of transfer fees, but I don't really care, if I'm being brutally honest, because I will just make more of a cash injection into club to ensure the books are balanced so it don't go bankrupt or anything crazy. So the first player I've brought in is this gentleman, Marcel Roma. I've got no idea who he is in real life. All I know is that current 70 rating, which is going to be the same on the projected for next season, is well good enough to be playing in League 9 of English football. Is probably too good. But like I said from the very beginning on my very first video, my ultimate aim is to buy as much influence into Taunton and get the team or the club into the highest league possible, because the ultimate goal is to make as much money as I can on the game. Obviously, try and make Taunton successful, and it comes hand in hand that share price will obviously go up. So, hopefully, in I don't know, 12, 18 months, I will see significant value in the club rising, which means my influence will rise in stock or value. So this guy, going back to Roma, he's a centre midfielder. I need to strengthen in that area. So that's what I've done. My other department that I need to improve is my forward line. One of them has dropped by 10, so he no longer becomes what I would class as a regular starter for me. So I need at least one, possibly two strikers. In all honesty, at the level of football I'm playing, I don't care about the player's age. The older the better, as far as I'm concerned, because they're generally cheaper, and in some cases a lot cheaper. There's my active bids on these current players. There's a while to go, 5 days on these auctions and the active bids. So obviously the price you see there, they're going to go for a lot higher um, than what you see currently. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. But they are preferably the three positions I need to strengthen more than others. And like I said, I might need to get two centre forwards in, because I do play with two strikers. Now, my strategy has changed because of certain changes that I've mentioned, mainly the cash injection. It is a key change for me personally, because like I said, I will do an equivalent to Wrexham in real life. I will just try and buy my way out to ensure I've got the better players in terms of ratings in the leagues I'm in. Because, like I keep saying, my ultimate goal is to take Taunton as high as possible. So, whereas I've been buying influence in other clubs, other players, that's going to be taking a back burner for the time being because my priority is to get as much money into Taunton to obviously make the club sustainable and to obviously allow me to bring in players who are really too good to be playing at that level of football. Now, I'm not saying this is the right strategy, I'm just giving you my thinking of how I'm going to play the game. You might be looking at it and thinking that's not the way to play the game, and that's fair enough. We'll all play it differently. I get that. But for me, this is the best way for me to achieve my ultimate goal. So that's about it for today. Like I said, if you are playing Soccerverse, my number one tip for you would be to sort through all your club and your players and look at rating changes for next season because that is going to be pivotal in planning for next season. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching. All the very best, and I will see you next season.